welcome to this video. Today I'm going to give you a tour of my new Google Sheets goal planner template. This is the first version of this file that I create, and I made this layout based on the things that have actually helped me accomplish my own goals in the past, and this is what I still use. So I decided to make a spreadsheet out of it. I will leave the link to purchase in the description, but you can also just watch this video, get inspired, and even do this on paper, not the automations, but like the whole connecting with your goals and creating an actual plan. So I hope you like it. I hope you find it useful, and let's get into it. This is what the file looks like when you receive it. It's going to be empty. This is undated. It will work any year, any month. It's not tied to any specific period of time. So the main features are these two tabs right here. I'm going to show you how they work, and then I'm going to talk about this later in the video. And I'm also going to talk about what settings you can customize throughout the template. So let's get started on the 12-month calendar. I created this section for you to have a place where you could brainstorm every single one of your goals. Nothing that you write here is set in stone. Don't think about it too much. Just use this space to brainstorm, brain dump, and get things out of your head. So the way this works is you're going to select a month from the drop down. Right now it's October, and then you're going to set a year. And immediately the calendars get filled out automatically for the month that you select, and then 11 more months. The current day, which is October 30, is going to get highlighted, and as time goes by, the current day will always be highlighted. You can absolutely start in January 2024. Don't worry about the dates. It will work anytime. So you have this space right here to sort of create a very general overview of a plan for the next 12 months. Very simple. You can just add stuff into these cells. Important thing to mention, right now the calendars are starting on a Sunday. If you want them to start on a Monday, you're going to jump into the Customize Here tab, and you're going to select Monday from the drop down. So now they're starting on Mondays. So that's something you can do. And once you're done with this tab, you brainstormed, you're going to pick up to 5 goals, and you're going to jump into the Goal Planner tab. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to set a title, something that inspires you, something that motivates you, so you can delete this and write your own title, and then you're going to add your goals. I'm just going to do 2 goals right now. Get healthier. That's a good one. And then if you double click right here, you can select a deadline from this tiny calendar that appears. So I'm going to do January 31. December is not that realistic. And so as you can see, this got filled out automatically with the information that I entered here. So you have the goal name, you have the deadline, and then this days left counter will update automatically every single day. So as time goes by, this is going to start decreasing. And as you can see, you have this section right here, which belongs to goal number 1. If you scroll to the right, you're going to see a section that looks exactly the same. The only difference is it belongs to goal number 2. So if I add a second goal right here, you're going to see that appear over here. And then I'm going to add a deadline. Let's do maybe February. And then if I scroll to the right, same thing, you get the deadline and you get the counter. Each of the 5 goals gets a section that looks like this one. So I added 2 things in here. I added a section where you could connect with your goal emotionally, get excited. And then I added a section where you're going to create an actual plan for future you to follow. And every single thing here is completely optional, so don't feel pressured to fill it out. This is what works for me, but you can totally change this to whatever works for you. So I'm going to fill one out as an example. And the very first thing you add over here is the area of your life. So let's do personal. You're going to leave this empty until you actually accomplish your goal. When you do that, you just double click here and you set the date that you accomplished it. And as you can see, this got scratched automatically. So that's just a nice feature that I added, but I'm going to delete this for now. As I mentioned, these are the sections that I created, but you can absolutely change them. So the very first question right here is, how does accomplishing this look like? So what I like to do is I like to imagine how my life looks like when I accomplish this. How do I feel? That's key for me to actually accomplish things, to have a vision of how it looks like, and to actually feel what it would feel like to accomplish this. So you're going to add that over here, and getting healthier, I'm just going to type in an example. So this is what I wrote. I lost weight and I feel a lot better. My clothes fit better. I no longer crave sugar. I sleep better, and I feel less stressed. So I talk about things here like this already happened. I already lost weight. I feel a lot better. My clothes fit better. I sleep better, and I feel less stressed. So I'm talking about these things as if they have already happened. So the next section, the question is, why do you want this? So it's just a reminder for yourself, why am I doing this? Something that motivates you when things get a bit hard, because it's not a straight line. Stuff happens. So something that you can come back here and read and get motivated. So I'm going to type something in, and this is what I wrote. My body is my home, and I only get one in this lifetime. If I don't take care of it today, I know I will regret it in the future, and there's no going back. So whenever things get hard, I'm just going to come back here and I'm going to read this. So this is what I do in my own life. But if you don't like these labels, you can absolutely change them. All you have to do is jump into the Customize Here tab, and you're going to find them over here. These questions: how does accomplishing this look like? Why do you want this? And then if you change any label throughout the template, you can change right here. So you can absolutely customize this, but this is what works for me. And then there's this section right here: how will you measure success? Getting healthier probably means losing a little bit of weight. So you can, for example, add your healthy weight right here. If your goal is to grow on social media, a certain number of followers, subscribers, if you have a business, a certain number of sales, it can be money, number of clients. So anything that you can measure, any number that you want to save, you can add that over here. And then you have a section right here where you can add absolutely anything you like. It can be things that inspire you. You can use it as a section for notes, or it can also be a place where you save important resources, links, books that you want to read. You can also add images of people that inspire you, affirmations, reminders. You can create a Pinterest board and then just add the link in this section, so it's always handy. So I'm just going to show you an example of how it could look like. Something that you can do is you have these spaces available, but you can merge them together to have something bigger. So for example, I can choose all of these rows right here, and then I can click on this merge cells button, and then I have more space to maybe add an image. So to add an image, you're going to click on insert image in cell. Very important, just so you keep it inside the cell. And then you're going to drag a file here, or you're going to click on browse and find one in your computer. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag an image from my computer. So I have this image right here. This is a workout channel from YouTube. You could also add the link to a workout channel, so it's always handy. This is an entirely blank space for you to use however you like, and preferably something that's useful or that inspires you. So now that we're done with this section right here, we're gonna jump into the section to the right. This is a place where you are going to create an actual plan, and you do that by adding two pieces of information. First, the habits that you will commit to make this happen, and then specific actions with specific deadlines. So I'm gonna fill out the habits section and show you what I wrote. So I created this list, and these are the things that I think will have a direct impact on me accomplishing this, and these are things that I can do on a regular basis. So for example, I added yoga, Pilates, healthy meals, drinking more water, eating healthy snacks, no soda or sugary snacks, planning my meals, and waking up early. Completely optional. You can also add a frequency over here, and you can use whatever habit tracker you have. This is just a place for you to brainstorm and create a list of habits that actually connects to your big goals. So it's not just random habits, it's something that will actually have an impact on the things that will get you to where you want to be. And then you have your specific action steps or specific milestones. You just add whatever action here, and then you double click here and you can set a deadline. So if it turns red, it means the date already passed. If it's due today, then it's gonna get highlighted. It's gonna look like this. When everything is fine, you're still on time. So I'm gonna add something that actually makes sense, so you get an idea of how this could look like. And whenever something is done, you can just use these checkboxes right here. They will get scratched and the progress bar will move. Now that we completed this one goal, you can move on to filling a second goal. So if you already have the template, I suggest you fill at least 2, just so you can see the automations in action. So I'm just going to fill in this new income source goal with some information that makes sense. So this is a goal that we filled together, and then I added some information to my second goal, to my new income source. What I added here is just to connect emotionally. I tried to add something that made sense. So if you want to take a look, you can pause the video and read it just to get some examples of what you could add in these sections. And then I added a couple of things into my habits section. So I added plan my day and I added wake up early. And then I added some specific actions over here. So my new income source, it's going to be a website. Buy the website domain, set up the platform where you sell, add 5 products, set up a YouTube channel, specific deadlines. Now that we have these 2, what you're going to do is you're going to scroll all the way to the right. And right after your 5th goal, you're going to find a bunch of summaries. These are completely automated. There's a few things that you will change, but pretty much the whole thing is automated. So basically, if a cell has a white background, that means you can change something in there. So you can do that here, you can do that here, here, and here. Other than that, this whole thing gets created automatically, so you should never edit it. So let's jump into every section. The first thing you're gonna see here is a list of the habits that you need to commit to. What happened in this table is I joined together the habits from the first goal and from the second goal into a single list. This is useful, whatever habit tracking method you are using, to help you decide what's gonna go in there. So you can sort by habit, which is the default. You can sort by frequency, or you can sort by goal. As you can see, this column is letting you know what was the goal in which you added this habit. So I only had 2 in my second goal, so waking up early and then planning my day. So you can sort by goal and you'll get goal number 1, all of those habits together, and then goal number 2, all of those habits together. So you think about one goal at a time, and then everything gets joined together. And this is an overview, but what's truly useful is this section right here. This is going to count how many times a habit was repeated. So you have to type it in exactly the same way for it to count as the same one. So as you can see, wake up early came up 2 times. And it's going to get sorted by the number of times that it appeared. So if I were to go to habit number 5 and add wake up early again, it pops up here. Haven't added a goal name. That's why this is empty. I didn't add a frequency. But as you can see, it's now showing up 3 times. If you're going to start slow with a few habits, might as well start with the things that are going to have an impact on the most goals. So this is great to help you fill out whatever habit tracking method you are using and to help you prioritize after you thought about each goal individually. So this is a habit section, all of this. And then I'm going to scroll to the right, and you're going to find the summary for the pending action steps. It works pretty much the same way. This table is going to grab every single one of the actions you added in these sections, and it's going to join them together. So right now I only have in goal number 1 and goal number 2. By default, it's going to get sorted by deadline. So you're going to see the whatever's upcoming, you're going to see at the top. You're going to see first whatever's overdue, whatever's going to happen today, and then everything else. And you can also sort this table by action name if that's useful to you, by deadline, that's by default, and then by goal. So you have goal number 1, this is the set of actions that I added, and then for goal number 2, this is what I added. And this is only going to show things that are pending. So right now, if I went into goal number 1 and I checked every single box, I would no longer see anything for goal number 1 in this table. So you're only going to see things that are pending, and you're going to see how many days you have left automatically in here. And then I also added a really cool feature. So I'm going to bring back every single one of the goals for section 1. And then I'm going to sort by deadline. If this ends up being a really long list, you can decide how many days ahead you want to focus on. So let's say that's 7 days. So you add the number 7 and you're going to see highlighted today and then 6 days ahead. So if I did 1, you only highlight today. If I do 2, you highlight today and tomorrow. So you're only going to see highlighted what's upcoming, and ideally you should assign a new date to whatever is overdue. So whatever you change on each individual goal is going to change automatically in this table. And finally, those same specific actions, you can see them in this calendar right here. So for the calendar to appear, you need to set a start date. So you're going to double click in this cell and you're going to set the day in which you want your calendar to begin. So it can be absolutely any day. I'm going to do October 29. So as you can see, make a list of healthy meals. That's right here. It's red because it's overdue. Today is October 30, so I can see my 2 specific actions for that day in here, and this will also apply to the calendar. So right now 4 days, I'm seeing 4 days highlighted in this darker gray. So let's do 10 days. So you're gonna see 10 days highlighted in gray, and that's where your attention should be. But if you don't like this feature and you don't want this to be highlighted the same way this is highlighted, you can uncheck this box and then everything will remain the original color. So that's pretty much it. All you do is add a title, set your goals, and then work on each of these sections right here. You connect emotionally on this section, and then you create an actual plan for future you to follow over here. And then every single thing that you add in your habits and specific actions, you're gonna see those joined together in the summaries. So let's say you are done with these 5 goals. What happens when you need a new tab? What you're gonna do is you're gonna jump into this Goal Planner tab. So GP stands for Goal Planner, and there's a little log right here. I added that log to remind you that you should never edit this tab. This is meant for you to create copies. So you're gonna right click on the tab GP. It's gonna get highlighted and you're gonna click on duplicate. So once you do that, you have a new blank copy of your Goal Planner. So you can just double click here and add a new name. So now you have the original tab that we just worked on, and then you have a clean slate, a new blank tab. And the same thing goes for the calendar. If you select this C tab, you're gonna see a blank calendar, and it is meant for you to create copies. So you can just right click, duplicate, and then you can double click on the tab name to rename it. So now you have a new blank calendar and a new blank Goal Planner, and you can do this as many times as you want. So these 2, you will never edit them directly. I named them GP and C just to keep them small and out of the way. So you can click and drag and organize your tabs however you like. And then finally, there's one more feature that I included. Throughout my templates, I usually let you choose the color of your progress bar. So right now, if you jump into the Goal Planner, you're gonna see this progress bar in the specific action steps. So this color right here, if you don't like it, the place where you change that is in the Customize Here tab. You can just change the hex value over here. So I'm very quickly going to show you how you can set a hex value. So you're just going to click on any random blank cell down here. And then you're going to click on this fill color button. You're going to click on the plus sign. And then you're just gonna select the color that you want your progress bars to be. So you can play around using this tool right here. And once you're happy with it, you're gonna copy this hex value. You're gonna click on cancel, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna paste whatever you copied over here. And as you can see, this is an example of how the progress bar will look like. So if I jump into my Goal Planner, the progress bar changed. So that's there if you want it. And then, as I mentioned, you can change any label throughout the template. All you have to do is change it in your translation columns. So you can use this however often you like. My plan right now is I'm going to use mine every 3 months. So every 3 months, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to think about 5 big goals, and I'm going to set actual deadlines for each. And I'm going to start implementing habits right away, prioritizing whatever has an impact on the most amount of goals. I hope this is useful to you in any way. As I mentioned, you can absolutely do this on paper. If you would like to purchase the file, you can find a link in the description. And if you're interested in other products that you can use alongside this Goal Planner, I'm going to leave a few links in the description. I have a monthly planner in which you can add your daily schedule, your daily to-do lists, and then you also have a calendar. So this is a monthly version and it's split on weekly tabs. And then I also have a 12-month version of this file that's a lot more advanced. You get a calendar that looks like this, you get a daily schedule, and then you also get an advanced habit tracker. So you get that for all 12 months and you can start on any month that you like. And then I also have a standalone habit tracker. So you get one tab for each month, and you can also start whenever you want. So I'm gonna leave the link to those videos in the description in case you're interested in a habit tracker or a digital planner in general, a life planner. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I love talking to you and helping. And if you like my content, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can get notified whenever I upload new products or new free tutorials. Thank you so much for watching.